On a windy, overcast day in September 2023, the peaceful surroundings of the Westpoint County Showground was shattered by the sound of motorcycle engines, 30 or so of them, using the ground's car parks to hone their riding skills. This was a special day set up by Dan, Devon Advanced Motorcyclists.
Devon is Devon Advanced Motorcycle Group. It's a group of like-minded riders that got together under the banner of IAM to improve riding standards in Devon. And we take people through from associate member through to full member, up into master's member and even observer level, if that's what they wish to pursue.
Right, and IAM is?
Institute of Advanced Motorists.
Motorists.
Yeah,
so
it's under the IAM banner.
Right, good. So DAM is a training organisation?
Yeah, road safety training organisation for motorcyclists, yeah.
It is.
But we train to the IAM road standard.
Well, I got back into motorbikes after about a 30-year break, my great age, and wanted to be safer, and so searched around and found DAM and joined, and they allocated me an observer, and then I think in 2020 I took my test. So you arrange to meet at a mutually convenient time and place, and then you go out for a ride together, maybe about 3 hours, with stops for coffee and cake and looking at the roadcraft, the police manual, which is where the course comes from, really.
And when you join, you get given an observer, and he's the one that takes you through to the standard, get you ready for your test. So you go out on a lot of rides with the observer, you get to know your observer really well. He critiques your driving, all in a positive way, obviously, and hopefully improving your riding standards so that when we put you in for the test, you're in with a good chance of passing the test first time out the box.
The motorcycling started in the 60s with a 250cc 12 horsepower bike. I learned hazard perception over the decades, but the DAM course has taught me a whole lot more than that in recent years. So basically, you're holding a bit of throttle, 1,000 revs or something like that, and then you don't ever touch the front brake because you can come off forwards, but you're using the back brake and the clutch on this side. So this is slowing you down, and letting the clutch out speeds you up while you're going at just 1 or 2 miles an hour, and then you've got time to balance and look where you're going.
Yeah, so I came back to motorbike riding about 3 years ago and spent about a year riding on my own, realising that there were quite a lot of things that I wasn't very good at and I wanted to be better at. So I looked for some training, found the Institute of Advanced Motoring, which is organised through these local groups, got in touch with the DAM group, Devon group, and they were doing a free go out for a ride with an observer, and they'll tell you what you need to think about. So I had an hour and a half riding around the back streets of Teignmouth and Salden and getting lots of really good feedback, and then decided that actually doing the whole the whole course, going out with an observer, building up to that point where you're ready to take a test, was a worthwhile enterprise. I got linked up with Graham, who I think you might have already interviewed, and we've had loads of really good rides, lots of really good feedback, and definitely my riding has improved to the extent that I've just done a 2,500 mile trip to Sweden and back.
Terrific.
Getting back in time to come to the session today.
How did you get into motorbikeing in the first place?
Oh, it was a very strange way. My husband and I used to work at the RD&E, and we used to go in and out of in a car, and then we were told we couldn't park there if we lived closer than a certain radius. So he bought a scooter, and I used to go in and out on the back of him, and then one day he said I ought to learn to ride it, and I signed up for a direct access course, sat on a motorbike, and I just got completely bitten by the bug.
I also take advantage of any further training that they offer, and they're very good at that. There's days like today where we've done slow riding skills, which is slightly terrifying for me because I'm not very good at it. And then they do rides out where you might focus on corners or braking or something. So it's not just the test, it's continuing training. If you want to take that up, you don't have to.
Well, I passed my direct access course, and then I realised I didn't know how to ride a bike. I learnt how to pass my test, but not how to ride on the road, so I looked for some further training that wasn't going to cost a lot of money. I've got a Honda CBF 1000. It's the fourth model of that bike I've got. I'm a bit of obsessed with it, really. It's black, it's boringly black, but I love it.
I understand there's quite a social side. Can you tell me a bit about the social side of DAM?
Well, it's a brilliant leveller. There's all sorts of everybody here, but we've all got a common interest in riding motorbikes, and so. But when we stop, we chatter about bikes and we chatter about other things as well. Yeah.
So what does it mean to be an observer?
It's a good use of my spare time, shall we say. So I work full time. I actually teach HGVs for a living during the day, and then on the evenings, weekends, when I've got time spare, I go out and give something back by teaching new associate members. And I enjoy it because I'm getting new riders or returning riders or less experienced riders up to a standard which is improving their safety above all else, because that's what we're trying to do.
Make of your bike, engine size, mounted cylinders, anything you can think of.
Yeah.
Need to go into vault clearances or anything.
How many wheels?
It's got two stabilisers.